Hello everybody and welcome to Toyah at Home. This is my isolation special. I've now been in isolation for a week. I am testing negative. I have to remain in isolation for another 5 days, which is absolutely fine because I have got my company accounts done. I have sterilised, washed everything every single day, cleaning down every surface every day. My husband has had 3 PCR tests. He's in Tokyo, he is clear. And everyone I came into contact with last week, which God bless was only a few, they are all testing clear. So in lockdown, obviously with COVID, and I had 4 days of symptoms, I couldn't taste anything. So I realised I had to keep my nutrition up, and I made this concoction. This is homegrown beetroot, homegrown potatoes, homegrown butternut squash, onions, a heck of a lot of ginger, about 10 large pieces of ginger, because I realised if I can't taste, I need to stimulate those nerves. So that has kept me going, and it's been fabulous because now I can taste it. And I've eaten an awful lot of hot mustard, again, to stimulate the taste buds, but not to damage my mouth. I just instinctively felt that I have to have high tasting things. Now, another thing that got me through it, because Thursday when I was at the Robin, I realised that I did not have a head cold. Something very, very strange was going on, and it was very quick. The complete loss of taste, but also the loss of sensibility. I was becoming very confused. So I took 3 lateral flow tests. 2 were positive, 1 was negative, which led to everyone discussing, was it safe to do the gig? No, it wasn't. If there's people out there who've had transplants, who have blood disorders, who are pregnant, who are vulnerable or unvaxxed, no, it is not right with any form of symptoms to be near these people. So I left the building, went to Birmingham, where, thank goodness, a very good friend runs a testing centre, saw me immediately, got the results as quickly as possible the following morning, and I was positive. So it's terrifying knowing that you've got it, because we hear so much about it. I'm triple vaxxed, so my symptoms weren't that bad, but they definitely were symptoms. And the worst was on the 4th day, was the pressure on the chest. So I did lots and lots of deep breathing exercises, light yoga, just kept deep breathing. I slept slightly upright and I kept moving. With those people who are seriously ill, you need to keep moving them around, and you keep them upright to keep the lungs clear. So I did as much deep breathing as possible. And what helped me keep my sanity, this is not an endorsement, because any CBD oil I would recommend to keeping you calm. And I use that daily to keep me calm. And it really helped, because the lack of knowledge, or knowing too much knowledge in the other, not in your own experience, makes you really anxious. So that helped a lot. And I've been feeling absolutely fine. I've never been so productive. I've designed God knows how many tea towels for the Christmas market, and aprons. I've been flat out able to continue. So this week we thought we'd do my COVID lockdown special, and we're going to talk about Rhythm in My House, where the video was shot in our wonderful kitchen. And it's a fun song, it's an uplifting song, and this is for you. This is the video to Rhythm in My House. that is the really gorgeous video to Rhythm in My House. And if you haven't heard this before, watch it again and watch Robert, who is so determined that bubbles aren't going to come anywhere near him. He keeps blowing them away. And Robert doesn't realize how divinely funny he is. His instinctive, comic, natural self is brilliant. We are actually having people contact us from really large cinema production companies, filmmaking companies, asking if we want to be in movies, if we want to do something together in a movie. And part of that is my experience. I've had wonderful compliments, like someone from Liongate saying, whoever is making these Sunday lunch videos is very talented. Yay, it's me. But also, Fripp's comic timing is just innocently brilliant. So watch the video again and watch Fripp. He is all over the place. He's just blowing bubbles away. Now, another thing about not only Rhythm in My House, the video, but all the videos that I shot for Posh Pop, we made sure that we were recycling clothes. So this amazing dress came from a friend of mine who lives near Lowestoft, and he often sends me stuff from the charity shops. So he sent me this dress a couple of years ago, and I always felt that I just can't wear it because it's virtually backless. I'm just, too old. Gravity's got too much of a hold of me. But then just before lockdown, he sent me this incredible jacket from the same charity shop. I think the whole outfit cost £10. And I just thought it was a wonderful opportunity to recycle, to give love back to these clothes, to give them that other life, that second chance. And these are very, very inexpensive. You find them a lot now in charity shops, and their original price is inexpensive. So they're not, they're not going to break the bank. But that's the outfit I wore, and it is all secondhand, as is much of everything I wear in the Posh Pop videos, is all being given a second chance. So we shot the video in this kitchen. I believe that morning we also shot Levitate in the garden. I knew that with my husband Robert, when he offers his time, you really have to use that time. I couldn't dilly-dally, I couldn't keep him hanging on, so we shot video after video after video, and we had 1 hour because we were coming to the end of the day. And I said to Robert, look, the setup for Rhythm in My House is we're going to do it like a Blondie video, a band video. We're just going to be standing in our places. We're going to do a main shot, and then we're going to do 3 cutaways. One will be on you, and we'll do that first, and then you can go, and then the cutaways will be on me and Darlo and just me. So the opening shots are actually the very last shots of the day, where I'm on my own and dancing, which Darren Short just slowed down, which I think is just the most beautiful shots of me ever. And then we did the middle 8 shot where we used the disco lights and intensified the bubbles. And I asked the 2 boys if they would just be surreal about this and wear the unicorn heads. And I grabbed a tray and just started doing this crazy dance with the tray. Then we did the main shot. And this is where I realized that Robert was going to lose his patience because the bubbles were getting too near him. Robert is a very interesting creature because he wants to help. He wants to be productive. He wants things to go well, but there is intolerance there as well. And there are lines that we can never cross with Robert. In the studio, once he's done the first 2-3 takes, you don't ask him to do another take, or he won't come back again. What he does in the first take is the perfection of who and what he is. And I've learnt this over the years. So you never overstep that mark. You don't ask him for photographs. You don't ask him for selfies. You just do the job and let him go. So this is what we did. So by the time you see Simon, Darlo and I in one shot and me on my own in one shot, Fripp is already back in his room drinking coffee. That is the way the cookie crumbles. There's a rhythm in my house. There's a rhythm in my soul. You're never too old. With your shine, shine, shine. So that is how the video got made, but how did the song come about in the first place? Well, I came up with virtually the full lyric. Simon and I wrote the bridge lyric in the studio. So I sent over a day sheet to Simon of ideas that I felt would work. And these day sheets always kick off the songwriting process. And I sent over, come on over to my house. No silence here. These four walls have seen it all. Well, this not only is just literal, considering we've all been locked in our houses for over a year, but it's also metaphysical, because it is widely believed the reason we see ghosts is because walls have memory. They absorb our emotional memory. So when I am saying these four walls have seen it all, it's like the walls are speaking. And then I move on to, there's a book on the shelf, The Story of My Life, the strangest thing, the pages are missing. And what I mean by that is we are writing this book, the story of our lives, every day of our life. And that is a personal reference of mine, saying that by the time you're 20, the book isn't written. By the time you're 30, the book isn't written. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, the book still isn't written. We are writing and contributing to that book every day of our existence. Therefore, every day is important. Now, the reason I wanted to reference books is during the late 70s, 80s and 90s, we started to have huge success in the world with books that broadened consciousness. Also in the 70s was the beginning of the alien abduction literature and all of that introduction into the human psyche that aliens were abducting us, which is a really interesting thing when you think at the same time there was massive success at this particular historic time with literature about the rebirth of the Buddhas, the rebirth of the Dalai Lamas. You had whole series of books written by Tibetan monks about the memory of rebirth and the memory of reincarnation. You also had Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance, which is about breaking things down, building them up again, not being afraid to walk away from the norm, recreate your own reality, make your own reality. You also have books on Findhorn, which is a very northern Scottish community, but that by meditation were growing phenomenally huge vegetables. I mean, it was a miracle to be witnessed. It was there in the physical. And then the Celestine prophecy, exactly the same thing, that everything we do in this life is to feed our soul. So therefore, eat clean, eat fresh. Everything is feeding the soul and must be nutritious. And all of this happened during my informative teenage years, 20s, 30s, 40s. So I'm referencing all of that in this very, very beautiful pop song. So in the chorus, there's a rhythm in my house, there's a rhythm in my soul. And I do a lot of public speaking, motivational public speaking, and I talk about the rhythm of life, that the universe has a pulse, it has a rhythm. We live by the pulse of our heart, the pulse of our blood. And most living creatures have the same amount of heartbeats in their lifetime. Whether it's the 2-year span of a mouse or an 80-year span of a human being, we have the same amount of heartbeats. So it's all about this rhythm and the power of rhythm and acknowledging it. And then verse 2, I take my bike apart, I put it back again. Is this art or repetition again? Butterfly wings do their thing. Change the world, what will they bring? So it's all about bringing change. And then the second chorus is slightly different to the first, because the payoff at the end is you are never too old. It's never too late to change. We are going to shine, shine, shine. And that is the message in the song. It's about the completeness. Do not be afraid of the completeness of your life. It is ever changing, it is always fluid, but it is a continual experience from the moment you are born right through the moment you choose to leave. It's a continual story being written. Come on over to my house. No silence here. These four walls have seen it all. There's a book on the shelf, the story of my life. It's the strangest thing. The pages are missing. Simon loved the lyric but was never happy with the actual the music side. He felt it was just too simplistic for him. And I think that's wrong, because I think what appears simplistic never actually is. When we play this song live on stage, the audience that is lifted by the rhythm, and I sang the intro, I sang that to Simon, and I said that is an intro where people know that energy is going to come into the room. And it was the same with Fripp. When Fripp came in, he didn't know what to play, so I sang it to him. La 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 la. I just said, play this, and then we suggested a harmony to it. And Robert kind of saved the song because he fell in love with it. I always loved it. I always knew that this song really should have been one of the first singles. But I think Simon felt that there was a formulaic quality about it, and I don't think there is at all. I think when you've got a song that has this open-hearted poppiness about it, you can get the deeper messages through with the lyric. And Fripp fell in love with the song, and so did Simon's wife, and they championed it. Eventually, I got it on the album, and I love it. I love performing it live because I feel everything, the band, myself, the rhythm of the room, and the rhythm of the audience sync together. It's one of those wonderful moments. You get it a lot with Depeche Mode songs. You get it with songs you just know that it syncs everyone. And it's one of those magical moments that performers get to experience, that it's like a drug, it's addictive, you just can't wait for that song to arrive in the set. Danced is another one. You just think, here it comes, all our souls are about to sync. And it's really lovely. So I want to say to you all, thank you so much for your generous and kind responses when I had to announce that I had tested positive. You were all so supportive. For me, to walk away from a concert is one of the hardest things I could possibly do, because I am a workhorse. I do not ever disrespect work or audiences, and that was a hard decision. I've had get well messages from around the world, from wonderful people, from Robert Plant to Joe Satriani to all the fans, just from around the world, and it's been incredible. I will say be very, very careful, because no one around me has got this or has developed it since I got it. So at some point I did something. I don't know whether I ate a piece of food with my hand or I touched my face after a handrail. I just don't know. But I've had at least 40 people contacting me saying they've had it. Not people I've come into contact with myself, but it's out there. It's very, very common, and it's very close to us all. So please stay safe. The 4 concerts have been rescheduled. If any of you from Worcester have read that the Huntington Hall isn't happening on the 15th of Jan, it is. Please go to toyahwilcox.com, 2 L's and Wilcox, where the rescheduled gigs are mainly in January, and there's one in the middle of February. We can't wait to see you. We were desperate to see you last week, so we cannot wait to see you. I'm back at work next week, starting with 2 Proud Cabarets, and then I'm playing Cobham, the church, and then only Proud Cabaret through December. You can order lyric art still. I can get that to you before Christmas. Robert obviously is in Tokyo. Please look on my Toyah site, because we've now got tea towels and aprons available for the Christmas period. And what else? Well, that's it really. I just want to say thank you. You've been extraordinarily generous and very kind and hugely supportive to me. And I'm really grateful. And I'm so grateful that my husband has not been anywhere near me in the last week. Stay safe. I will see you tonight for a burning question and tomorrow for an utterly ridiculous Sunday lunch, but great fun to do. Obviously filmed before Frit went to Tokyo. Lots of love from me, and I cannot wait to see you out there. Lots of love. Bye for now.
Silence here. These 4 walls have seen it all. There's a book on the shelf. It's the story of my life. And the strangest thing, the pages are missing. Set the night on fire. Lift me off. It's a new chapter. There's a rhythm in my house. There's a rhythm in my soul. There's beauty in the beat. I feel it in my feet. I take my bike apart. I put it back again. Is this art or repetition again? Butterfly wings do their thing. Change the world. What will they bring? Set the night on fire. Ignite my heart. Lift me off. It's a new chapter. There's a rhythm in my house. There's a rhythm in my soul. There's beauty in the beats. I feel it in my feet. There's a rhythm in my house. There's a rhythm in my soul. You're never too old. We're gonna shine, shine, shine. It's the strangest thing. It's a new chapter. There's a rhythm in my house, There's a rhythm in my soul, There's beauty in the beat. I feel it in my feet. Can you feel it? There's a rhythm in my house, There's a rhythm in my soul, You're never too old. We're gonna shine, shine, shine. We're gonna shine, shine.